I am Masrao from Hyderabad, India. On 15th August 2025, Mr. Trump and Mr. Putin met in Alaska to discuss about the war going on between Russia and Ukraine. The most anticipated meeting happened without the presence of Ukrainian representative. Of course, the Western leaders were also sidelined. They were also not invited. They were not happy. But to save their face, they diverted the matter as their skepticism about Trump's ability to get the results. Whether Putin will get upper hand or Trump will manage him to get the results. They don't have faith on Trump. What will happen? So, as soon as the meeting was over, these Western leaders rushed to Washington as if they are in 16th century or 17th century when no communications were there immediately. Anyway, they arrived in Washington and they have no work. Just listen what Trump says. They have no work. They behaved as if they came there to brief the world regarding the outcome of the meeting. They are in very miserable condition. Never in the history of Western world the leaders behaved like that. As miserable as the current leaders. They want to know what happened. Okay. They did know. They know how Trump revealed everything. Then what happens? What will they do? They can't do anything. They can't do, they have no right, they have no choice other than following the directive of Trump. They just follow the directions. Other than that, they can't do anything. That is the situation. They talk too much because they have no role. So they have to cover up. They talk loudly and as if Ukraine is more important than their own country. One German chancellor, he is reiterating there should be assured security guarantees to the future of Ukraine. The German chancellor is talking about it. Indeed, it's a stupid demand because let us go to the Soviet era. As soon as Soviet Union was disintegrated, as soon as the nations involved gone away from the fold of Russia, there was a lot of chaos. That type of situation was needed for US and Western countries. They immediately started monitoring the divided countries. They interfered in their internal affairs. They created a lot of disturbances. So much story happened after Soviet Union's disintegration. One by one country fallen into the bag of Western countries. Most of the neighbors were invited into NATO, which was the main problem, main worry to the Russia. Russia's main worry is all their neighbors are going into the NATO. Now, the term came to Ukraine from 2000 onwards. Nobody was thinking about Russia's predicament, their anxiety, their fear of NATO. These US and Western countries chased Ukraine, created a lot of fuss, a lot of disturbances, as if a new revolution arisen. And they established their puppet governments. There are dialogues about admission into NATO. So much rot happening outside world. So much matter, so much, all these happenings are worrisome to Russian leadership. If all the neighbors are in NATO, then it exists independently. What about their future? Definitely the Russia is in trouble. So it attacked Ukraine, war happened, going on still, but the US and the Western allies created all the problems to Russia to drain its resources completely. All the corners are cut to put Russia on their shoes. Even though every step is taken to control Russia, it is continuing its destruction of Ukraine. Ukraine is continuously bombarded. From 2014, it is going on. Now it is 2025. Still war is going on. The US and Western countries tried their level best to exhaust Russia, but Russia is still fighting. Now Ukraine became bankrupt, and the West and US cannot get their finance back. Whatever they helped, they cannot get back. So there is no other way. They have to stop the war. The war, which was created indirectly by US and Western countries, should be stopped because they cannot feed Ukraine more. If they feed Ukraine more, they can't get back the finance. So the war should be stopped as much to Russia, so much to Western countries also. Almost the similar situation Russia facing. It cannot continuously fight like this. All the Western countries and US going on helping Ukraine by dumping their material and finance. So the same way the Russia has to put up, which is impossible in future. So Russia also fed up with this war. It should be stopped for them also. So they agreed for meeting in Alaska. And they revealed their fear about NATO and their security problem. They want security from US and Western countries not involving in the affairs of neighbors of Russia. The US and Western countries should stop their involvement by that Russia can stand on its own legs. At least now Ukraine should understand that it should maintain itself as a neutral party and see the atmosphere should be peaceful in and around Eastern Europe. The Western countries and US should behave. This is not 19th century. This is not 20th century. This is 21st century. You cannot play like that as you played previously. understand your limitations, update yourself to solve your own problems. That will be the right choice for US, Western countries, Ukraine, and Russia.